Welcome to You Can Be ABCs, a podcast where we learn about careers and have a little fun along the way. I'm Sam.
And I'm Bobby. Listen, Sam, it is, we've had so much going on. It's time school is going to be starting back in a little bit. You excited?
Kind of and kind of not.
Kind of and kind of not. Well, listen, we have a very special guest on the line with us. We are back at it, and we want to get in with this introduction and get started because, again, we're so excited to have this very special person with us. Sam, why don't you run that introduction on down, my friend?
All right. Today on the podcast, we're going to be talking power. It's not electrical power and not even solar power, but it's Miss Nisha Powers. Miss Nisha Powers is a civil engineer who is the president of Powers Hill Design. She has won so many awards for her work that we can't list them all, but she definitely deserves an award for being devoted to her family and her community. She's here to share more, and we're happy to have her with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've got power on the line. Please welcome Miss Nisha Powers.
Oh! Oh my goodness. Sam, I'm 53 and I have never gotten a better introduction anywhere in my life. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was
Mighty,
awesome.
mighty nice. Well, come on, let's jump on in, Sam. I know you have some questions prepared. Let's jump on in and learn a little bit more about our wonderful guest, Miss Nisha Powers.
Okay, first question. How did you get interested in civil engineering?
Well, it's kind of a boring story, and it's very stereotypical. I'm Indian, and my very, very Indian parents gave me two options, either engineering or medicine. And I really just could not handle the blood and the hospitals and undressed folks. So I was like, okay, I'm good at math, which always kind of came easy to me. And my dad is an engineer, and he seems to be doing some really cool things because I just followed him around and went to all his job sites and did things with him like that. So that is the path I took. But I will say that would not have been my first choice. ...
So, what do you do well that has helped you with your job?
Why do I do well? I think there are some things, it's hard to say things like that without sounding braggy or arrogant. But I'll just kind of tell you what I think people have
please
told me
brag
about.
for
It's so hard. The technical thing is one thing. You've got to be able to do the technical side. But the thing that maybe sometimes differentiates me a little bit, and what I've been told by friends who I've worked with closely, is that I am an eternal optimist. So I just don't see obstacles. I just know that there's a problem that needs to be fixed or solved, and I just kind of go about getting that done. I think I'm really tenacious, so I just don't give up. I don't even know what that means. So I just kind of keep trudging along and keep doing what I think the next right thing is, as someone told me once. And then the next right thing, and then the next right thing. And before you know it, you've gotten somewhere. So I would say those are probably two important things, especially in running a business, that you've got to be able to think positively that, hey, this is doable. And then just kind of keep at it and not give up.
So, what exactly do civil engineers do?
That's a very good question. There's all kinds of specializations in engineering, like I'm sure you've probably researched, as I well know you, Sam, that you would have done that. So there's, structural and electrical and mechanical. And in fact, my husband is mechanical, and civil is more on the dirt side, if you will. So like an architect would design the building, for example. Like if you go to the zoo, you're going to see the facility itself and the buildings where the animals or the welcome area is housed. But then anywhere that you see dirt, anywhere that you see utilities, those kinds of things are where we are. if we don't do our job right, people flood because things have not been graded properly. So if you've ever noticed or walked somewhere after a rain and you notice that there's a lot of standing water, it's generally because it either hasn't been graded properly or because we've just had such a high intensity rain that we weren't able to accommodate with the facilities that we have. Some civil engineers sort of will tend to get specialized and they might go into environmental, which is what my dad did. Some engineers might specialize and go into structural, which is bridge building and those kinds of things. But we do more like site design or roadway design or water and wastewater treatment plant design, which is the least sexy of them all, of course, because, wastewater is not that sexy. But it's really critical to what everyone uses every day. And it's kind of the thing that is not the one that gets the prize. You don't look at a beautiful building and go, oh, a civil engineer did that. No, an architect did that. But if you notice things don't go right at any point, or I would say it this way, if you only notice civil engineering when something doesn't work out right. We try to design things to prevent flooding, to make sure that if you're at a parking lot, that there's not standing water, that we are making sure if you see inlets, those are like if you're on a roadway and you see these inlets, that's designed by civil engineers who are making sure that the rainwater and stormwater is being carried into the inlets and through the pipes and discharged so that you can drive on it and walk on it and or homes being flooded. If you look at a subdivision, civil engineers will grade those subdivisions to make sure that, as much as possible anyway, that homes don't flood. And we design to a particular sort of storm event. So, if like a NOAA flood comes, we'll do nothing more. But generally speaking, there's some standards that we try to meet. So also wastewater treatments, water treatments, those kinds of things are also done with civil engineers.
Yeah, we may want you guys to come by the house. We have some neighbors next door that are a bit of a problem. They have a pool. Like when our driveway, we won't say their names, but they have like the rainwater that comes from the top of their house and there's a tube and they have it pointed at the bottom of their gate and they're a little up of it and it comes up and it kind of floods our driveway and I'm trying to think of a way to push it back their way. I don't know how to. We could use a civil engineer or maybe just some good duct tape or something just to keep the water on their side. But anyway, we might invite you by for dinner just to take a look if you can give us some free advice. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about though, Sam, right?
Like a meal for that.
Yeah. Burn. What's that berm, which is a fancy word for just a dirt hill, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, berm. See, boy?
Yes.
I do that.
That's exactly right. And if your driveway, if it's got any dirt in it, it kind of walk it out.
Yeah, we have a little drain back there, but they said, why don't y'all let this... Anyway, I don't want to pull you into HOA situations that we should be discussing with the homeowners association for our neighbors who are trying to essentially point their stuff back. Anyway, don't get involved. Discharge. That's what trying to discharge their water. Listen, Sam has his head down like he's embarrassed. I mean, it's like, well, I'll leave
your daddy on
he gets used to it. Off topic, on topic, in terms of him getting used to stuff. So he has a name when we go through the Chick-fil-A line. What's your name in the Chick-fil-A line? What's your name, please, sir? What's your name, Sam?
I'm not saying it.
Sweet potato.
Oh, please, Sam. Sweet potato.
Yes, I make him. I always play like.
It's going to be impossible for me to resist.
Yes, sweet potato. Yeah.
If I show up at Woodland for a game and I see you playing,
sweet potato. It's just the name for the Chick-fil-A line.